Sure. I mean, it's everywhere. If you think about the ads that we have, we have ads that show models that are, something that the typical American average person could never achieve, and, to sell TVs. So they have like these really anorexic looking models to sell a flat screen TV, and what does that have to do with TVs at all? Nothing. And it's everywhere. I mean, everywhere we go, it's in our movies, it's in our TV. Being thin is glamorized as being beautiful and successful and powerful. And if you're overweight, it's more, categorized with negative characteristics, unfortunately. There's a great researcher affiliated at Harvard and Children's Hospital, Bryn Austin, who's done some research linking sexuality issues with eating disorders. And so we are seeing a large amount of eating disorders in the GLBT population as well. Why the increased prevalence there? Several factors. One, I think maybe issues of not feeling acceptance, so maybe the food is something to turn to again, and feeling that if they look a certain way, maybe that there would be more acceptance, or that food is also comfort. So, I mean, there's a bunch of different reasons why in particular, but I think we definitely need to address that and to look and examine that a little further, which, I think they're doing here at Harvard and at Children's, which is great. Yeah.
It wasn't really just anything like excessively working out or anything related to eating disorders. Throughout high school, I kind of figured that if I didn't look a certain way, that I wasn't going to get anybody to like me when I got out of high school. I come from a small town in upstate New York, so there was no really gay community there, so I didn't know anyone. I didn't have anyone to talk to. I didn't have anyone to kind of like guide me through the whole coming out process, so I just kind of figured that this is how it was. If you're not the pretty gay, you're not going to be the happy gay, so might as well look as good as you can.
Well, I go to the gym every day. I go to the gym every day because I get very paranoid. I was heavier when I was younger. I was never like a heifer, but I was a lot heavier when I was younger. And being at a school, honestly, being in a school like Emerson, where it is, Emerson College of Witchcraft and Faggotry, like it is just there's just a lot of gay people here, and you get part of this bubble and part of this community. And I want to look, I want to look my best, and I know that it's really accepting here, and it's really great here, and it's a very comfortable environment for a lot of people. But I feel the need to watch what I eat and to be able to exercise regularly, because I don't want to have to explain any weight gain to people, because I know they caught on like that.
I lost 100 pounds in 4 months when I was a senior in high school. So people who saw me this like one quarter and then came back a few months later, like family members, parents and things, were scared when they saw me because they knew that that wasn't natural, that something had happened. It's been a part of gay culture since the dawn of it, but now that we're more mainstream and more interesting for people to talk about, our issues are the same. So I don't think it's a phenomenon that's recently because we're becoming more accepted. I think it's been happening, but now it's in the light of day. Gay culture, body image is really important to it. Hot gays like other hot gays. Men and women have different values. Kind of men can be seen as superficial, liking just what they see. And so with gay guys, it's kind of a big issue.
I know people who have, specifically gay people, who've had a very hard time at home. They don't have a safe home to go to, and they have a lot of confidence issues. They have a lot of, issues, and they try and place where they hurt in, not that it's home, because it's embarrassing to have, parents who don't support you. So I know a lot of, my gay friends from home who have a lot of trouble with that, and they do kind of take it out on their eating. They do. They take it on their eating. And instead of binge eating or something like that to kind of, eat their feelings, instead they, they'll drink their feelings or something, and they won't eat a damn thing.
There's no real gay figures in the media these days. The only person that I can think of is Riken, Lance Bass's ex-boyfriend. Remember him? He has a show on that channel Logo right now called The A-List. This is actually kind of a funny story because all the guys on that show, they're like the Real Housewives of New York, only it's gay guys who just sleep around.
I think, there's a show that I don't even know if it's on anymore, but I loved it. It was called The A-List or something. It was on Bravo, and it was the Real Housewives of New York, but they were all gay men. And it was like Riken and just all these bitter queens that had sugar daddies and stuff like that. But they had this whole episode about how this guy was like, I work out 3 hours a day and I eat a Kit Kat bar. And it's just like, but actually, I mean, obviously I'm blowing that up, but it was really bitter. It was really bitter, and the thing is, they were very condescending because it made good TV and stuff, but I don't know, they're putting all these people, like Riken would talk all about his calendar shoots and how, he had to go to the gym an extra time a day because then he, wouldn't get the same jobs he did. And I think it resonates deeply. I really think it does.